Hey everybody, it is committee weekend for the Baseball Hall of Fame, and I'm going to be going through the early baseball era committee. And basically, if I was a part of that committee, who would I vote for? Basically, if I had a vote, who would I vote for to get in to the Baseball Hall of Fame? Before I go through the individuals that are up for consideration, I do want to talk about the rules basically that are used for the committee, and I'm going to use the rules for myself as well for voting. So it is a 16-person committee. For an individual to get in, they need 75% of the votes, which here in this case is 12 votes. So 12 votes out of 16 means you're in. The one important thing, and this is very important, you can only vote a maximum of 4 times. That means after you used your 4, if you decide to use 4, you're done. You're not allowed to do it again. I know that I don't have to use 4, but for the purposes of this, I decided that I did vote for 4. So before I go through who I voted for, let me just run down the 10 individuals that are up for consideration for the Baseball Hall of Fame through this committee. They are Bill Dolan, John Donaldson, Bud Fowler, Vic Harris, Grant Home Run Johnson, Lefty O'Doul, Buck O'Neil, Dick Cannonball Redding, Allie Reynolds, and George Tubby Scales. I'm going to be honest, this was not an easy process. There were 2 right away that I was like, these 2 are getting my vote. And then it came down to 3 people for the final 2 votes. And it was really hard to decide which 2 were going to get it, and more importantly, which one was going to not get my vote, because they are in the early baseball era committee where they only meet once every 10 years, which I think sucks. I think it should be the same as the Golden Day Era Committee, which I'm going to talk about in another video. I think it should be every 5 years as well, but that's just my opinion. So I'm going to reveal to you guys my picks, and it's going to be done in alphabetical order. So the first person that I would give a vote for is Bill Dolan. Bill Dolan has a .272 career batting average. At the time that he retired from baseball, he was the career all-time home run leader at 84 home runs. Yes, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but you got to remember, when he was playing in the late 1800s and the early 1900s, home runs were not hit that much. 1904 National League RBI champion, has 2,461 career hits and 1,234 hits, coming from the shortstop position, which is a very hard position defensively, and in a way, if you think about it, offensively as well. So Bill Dolan would get my vote. The second person that would be getting my vote is Grant Home Run Johnson. In his second year playing professional baseball, he hit 60 home runs in a season. This is before Babe Ruth ever did 60 in the 1920s. Grant Home Run Johnson hit 60 home runs in 1894 in one season. He helped form the Page Fence Giants and continued to play baseball, semi-pro, smaller, versions of baseball, leagues and all that, until the age of 58. Think about that. This man was playing baseball until he was 58 years old. That is a testament to that man. And he was a champion. Wherever he played, he was a league champion. It did not matter which team he was playing for. This guy was a winner. This guy was a champion. My third vote would go to Lefty O'Doul. 349 career batting average. That's a big one right there for me. two-time National League batting champion, 945 career OPS, and an all-star at one time during his career. That batting average, that's just a big one. 349, and you're not in the Hall of Fame. That makes no sense. And my final vote would go to Buck O'Neil. Yes, he had a 258 career batting average, but he was a two-time Negro League All-Star, was a member of the 1942 Kansas City Monarchs World Championship team, also became a manager, also became a scout for the Chicago Cubs, and basically he became an ambassador for baseball. He was an ambassador for baseball, and the fact that Buck O'Neil is not in the Hall of Fame is just an absolute slap in the face to any baseball fan. So Buck O'Neil gets my vote. So those are the four that are going to get my vote if I was on the early baseball era committee. The two that right away I knew they're getting my vote was Buck O'Neil and Bill Dolan. Those were the two right away that I knew were going to get my vote. As far as the other, how it came down, obviously I mentioned Grant Johnson and I mentioned Lefty O'Doul. The third person that was up for consideration for getting a vote was Allie Reynolds, and he's got the numbers. He has the numbers to be in the Hall of Fame. 3.30 career ERA, was the 1952 American League ERA champion, 1,423 career strikeouts, a six-time All-Star, two-time American League strikeout champion in 1943 and 1952, and a six-time world champion with the New York Yankees. He was a part of that 5-year period where the Yankees won 5 in a row. But each one of these individuals, I think, deserve, a chance to be voted in. Vic Harris, two-time Negro League champion as a manager, 800 career OPS. Bud Fowler helped form the Page Fence Giants, kind of just like Grant Johnson did. And also Bud Fowler is credited as being the first African-American professional baseball player. John Donaldson pitched 14 career no-hitters. Not all in the Negro Leagues, but throughout his career, he pitched 14 career no-hitters. Dick Cannonball Redding threw 7 no-hitters in a season. That's an incredible stat right there. And George Tubby Scales, 319 career batting average, 929 career OPS, was an all-star and had a 25-year playing career. That is a testament to George Tubby Scales. So those would be the individuals that I would vote for if I had a vote in the early baseball era committee. So if you had a vote, who would you vote for from that group of 10? Leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know who you would have voted for. The announcements will be made tomorrow night at 6 p.m. on the MLB Network as to who got voted in to the Baseball Hall of Fame.